What's going on, YouTube family? It's your boy Mike the Businessman. Y'all gotta pardon me, man. I just got back from a 16-hour flight 2 days ago. I'm exhausted. I haven't been sleeping well, jet lagged. But you know your boy gotta show up for you guys, so I'm making this video. So today I wanna discuss marketing. Somebody left a comment, wanted to know some of my marketing techniques. So let's kind of talk about that, right? Let's talk about some old marketing techniques that might be outdated and new marketing techniques, what works, and especially periods like this where it's slow, right? What do you guys do? What do I do? So let's talk about that, right? So let's talk about some of the stuff people used to do, right? I had a guy come into my warehouse the other day and he had a bunch of flyers, like these paper flyers, right, that he printed out. And I'm not saying that still can't work, but you know, that's not the most effective, right? We kind of want wider spread. We want a wider reach. He's limited to the few places he can go to and go drop them on counters and hoping that people would actually pick them up and pay attention to those, okay? So that might not be the best, right? Instead, if you had to do some form of print media, I would rather you do something to create brand awareness, like, you know, you have one of those pull-up banners, that's standing banners, something like that. Maybe you put that in a busy area like a restaurant. If you have a hookup at a restaurant or lounge or something, you put that in there. Or if you guys could actually, if you got some money to spend, you can actually put up little billboards or pull-up banners like at the airports, your local airports. You could pay them to put those up there, to stand-up banners, stuff like that. You could actually put those at the airport. You can get your ad on the baggage carousel. They got the TVs there. You could pay for something like that. So I'd rather you do that if you had to invest in, you know, some kind of banner or something like that. I've done the billboards on the side of the roads and all of that. I didn't get much traction, to be honest with you. That's gonna be mostly brand awareness. I never got a single call, because you gotta think people are doing almost 60 miles an hour average on the highway. They're not going to take down your number. They're just gonna see your name and then that's it, right? And hopefully they tap in someday. So for the amount of money you spend on that, not worth it, okay? What works? One thing that works, actually, before I forget, are these bandit signs. So we have a busy street just right outside this warehouse. So we actually park our cars and we put these bandit signs. We put those, or rent me signs. We can put those on the windshield of the cars. And you know, like I said, it's right in front of a busy area. And so we get a lot of business off of that. So we would just put the bandit sign right here inside in the windshield. And people driving by can see that and they tap in. So that's one good thing, especially if you've got like economy cars. You could drop those on there and you should get a lot of traction from that. So that's one thing you could do. Another thing for marketing is you guys could leverage Facebook Marketplace. Put them in Facebook Marketplace. We get a lot of business off of that for our economy joints. So that's good. So try doing that. Also, our economy joints stay gone off of Facebook Marketplace. This guy just came back and he's going back out immediately. So he's being cleaned up. Came back late last night, going back out today. So take advantage of that, you guys. Facebook Marketplace is a really good one. I'm trying to think, okay, so I kind of like to think of marketing in different buckets, right? So like organic marketing, so that's non-paid, collaboration marketing, and then paid marketing. I'm not going to go into that with most of this, because most of this is reserved for people that tap into the program. But let's just talk on a surface level, a few of them, right? Just give you guys a few bars. So I've told you about bandit signs. You know, Facebook Marketplace is another good one. It's the second one. Use your social currency network. You know, you guys, you go out. Everyone needs to know this is what you do. That you're the rental car plug, right? Let people know, and then people will tap in with you guys. You know, if you have t-shirts, you customize your t-shirts, have your stuff, your company name all around you. That's always good way. That's a good way to always market. You know, just make sure people know that you're the rental plug in your city. You know, if you guys are social butterflies, you're out in the club all the time, you're popping bottles, let the bottle girls have your company name up top, right? Like, you know, do things like that. That's what creates a buzz for you. People need to know this is what you do, right? So leverage your social currency, family and friends, everybody in your phone book needs to know this is what you do. So that's organic stuff you can do. I've spoken about using bandit signs, that's free. Facebook Marketplace is free. Facebook groups, leverage Facebook groups out there, go post. You'd be surprised which Facebook groups that you could post in there. It has to be somewhere where your avatar is hanging out, so your ideal customer. So you think about your ideal customer, where would they hang out? Say you were looking for traveling nurses, okay? Then go post in Facebook groups for where traveling nurses congregate, right? If you're targeting Uber drivers, then you go post in groups where Uber drivers will congregate, and vice versa, things like that, right? So that would be a way to leverage Facebook and get you a lot of traction there. Let's talk about collaboration marketing now too, right? So collaboration marketing would be where, you're working in conjunction with someone else. You go, so say there are other car rental companies in your area, go meet them. Collaboration over competition, right? I'm cool with all my competitors in the area, okay? And that way, when they need one of my cars, I send them over, and I need their stuff. I send, if I need theirs, they send theirs over. So collaboration over competition. So definitely tap in with them. If you know other people in your locale, go get to know them. That way they will send you business. Once they trust you, once people know, like, and trust you, they'll flow with you, right? People can't flow. Nobody, how does Grant Cardone say? They got to know you to flow you, right? So go meet them and shake hands with them, get some babies, and trust me, they'll send you business. I get a buttload of business from my competitors, and I send them a buttload of business too, okay? Because some of them have more cars than I do. They've been in the game much longer, so I'm leveraging their cars, right? You get to a stage where you don't even want to buy any more cars because you have access to them. So what's the point of me buying 20, 30, 40 cars when I can get whatever car I want just by calling my buddies? So that's the advantage of that, right? Collaborating with other people. Another thing too is brokers, right? So you need to meet brokers. So brokers will call you up, find out what cars you have. They'll want to show up at your location, take pictures of your cars, post them on their websites. So tap in with brokers. They'll get you a lot of business also. So I do that. I have a lot of brokers, so I collaborate with them. You give them wholesale pricing, and they will bring you business, a lot of business. Matter of fact, a lot of the artists that come into town and all of that, most of these guys, they all go through these brokers. I don't know how they know them. These brokers are constantly in the nightclubs. They're constantly out and about. They outside. So people know them as a rental car plugs, They come to places like my warehouse. They take pictures with my cars, flossing around my cars like it's theirs. And they post that stuff on their Instagram, and it works. And these artists will hit them up. And then they come hit me up, and I give them a wholesale price on the cars. So tap into wholesalers and all of that too, right? And then the final one is paid marketing. There's several avenues. You can run paid ads, things like that. And that will get your phone definitely ringing. Slow times like this, these businesses are typically, every business is seasonal, right? And no business is going to be, straight, through the roof all year long, right? Even Amazon has a slow times. So with the car rental business, I find that in my locale, typically end of November throughout December gets slower. And ideally so, because you got to think about what's happening in November, right? Black Friday, people are spending thousands of money on Black Friday, right? So that Black Friday, Thanksgiving, people going out of town. So you might catch some traffic then, but prior and after Black Friday, it dies out. December, everybody is broke from Black Friday. Plus they're anticipating Christmas, so people's spending habits tend to dip down, right? So you can't avoid that. You could. What I will suggest is don't make sure you don't switch off your marketing. If you're marketing, you're doing paid ads and all of that, you want to keep doing that. You never want to stop. Don't lose traction, okay? And this is why, you guys also have to be prepared for rainy days, right? When you have funding, you set up your entities properly, and at least you have access to liquidity to hold you through those moments, right? You can still maintain your overhead. It's very key. But I do know that, and historically, it's always that way. So it doesn't come as a surprise to us when it happens. But then this also happened for every car. Like economy cars will stay gone. These guys, those are always gone. So, and a lot of them, if you have enough, that will keep the lights on. That pays your overhead, pays for your bills and stuff like that, pays your salaries. And so you don't have to worry much. And the more expensive cars, they will go out, not as much, so at least they'll pay their notes. But then these slow periods, they might still definitely will slow down. I mean, we damn near had tornadoes just 2 days ago. Who's renting out cars on a day where there's tornado alerts everywhere, right? So some people live in areas where it's completely covered in snow right now. You can't avoid things like that. And this typically is the period of the year when things like that happen, right? So But I do know ending of December picks up for us here. So we start to get a lot of the New Year traffic, all of that, and then it starts to ramp up slowly again. So we do have that month and a half where it's slow. You can't do much, but we constantly keep marketing and you just keep pushing, you know. One thing I will warn about though is never get too thirsty to where you let your guard down. Because trust me, these thieves out there, they know it's slow everywhere. They know you're desperate. And then that's when they come with that sweet deal like, oh man, I'll take your car for a week. I'll give you this amount of money. And then you let your guard down. You see all the warning signs, you let your guard down and your car is gone. Don't fall for that, okay? So guys, I just wanted to give you, drop this quick video, some marketing techniques that you guys could use. I hope it was helpful. Do like and subscribe. Let's create some engagement. What's working for you guys wherever you're at with marketing? Put it in the comments. If you need any other follow-ups to this video or anything else, post them in the comments. Let's create engagement. Encourage me to keep making these videos. So guys, thank you much for everything, and I'll see you on the other side of success.